I had a whole plan until I started telling everybody about it. And then, so you betted on me and you lost, right?
Yes. Diane, Diane works at our station, and she said, "Oh my God, Lybra's gonna." We thought you and Brian, clearly the smartest people in the house, you're gonna.
Yeah, well, I tell you, in this game, there's a lot of luck, chance, being in the right place at the right time. Apparently, I missed out on a lot of those opportunities. I let people know what my plans were before they even materialized in a lot of cases. I also, I made up scenarios on my free time. Let me think of what could possibly happen. So when you're an overthinker, you're just kind of coming out of the box and thinking all over the place. You never know what you get. And so for me, I got evicted.
Well, no offense to some of your house guests, but to me, you were so much one of the brightest people in the house. And no offense to some of the people who were not bright. But, how could you get played by some of those people who weren't that bright?
You know what? It's funny because when you're in the house, you are trying to kind of maneuver. It's a game of finesse, I'd like to say. On one hand, you're trying to make sure that you are keeping together those loyalties, quote unquote, and you're also kind of working in with your alliance at the same time trying to figure out how to maneuver through the game by yourself. So when you're going through that, it's really hard to kind of sift through what's real, what's fake, who's on your side, who's not. So I think adding that element in the game itself was what kind of was my demise.
Now there were some moments like when you and Jerry screaming at each other, and he's like, "I don't, you're done." And you're like, "I'm magna cum laude." That's got to be weird to you, even in hindsight. I'm screaming at the 75-year-old man.
It's funny. I can even get magna cum laude out. Okay, so apparently I was up to level 10 in terms of I've had it up to here. You have to stop and ask yourself, "Oh my goodness, this is someone's grandfather. This is someone's dad. Just as I'm someone's mother and daughter, for that matter." But at the same time,
you lost it.
I lost it, and not only did I lose it, but his granddaughter lives in my neighborhood, so it was a game, just a game. And you have fun, you fight.
She knows where you park,
I know. Good Lord, I'm like, okay, but you have fun, you fight hard, and at the end of the day, let's remember, people, Jerry's not the gingerly old man we all think he is. Fooled me.
He said some things too that weren't terribly nice either.
Absolutely, and I think it
you're going home. That was kind of.
Some people, they put it out there, and it gets more personal than not, and then it has to be. I've been in that situation, and I've definitely had my share of things that I've said. But at the end of the day, you have to respect each and every one of the people that are here in this game, because you're selected amongst a very, 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 very huge pool of people. So just to make it into the house alone is just awesome.
At the end of the day, were you surprised 7-0? I know it's like people said, "Oh, it was clear cut," but come on. Dan, I thought, played a smarter game, but Memphis, he was there.
Honestly, I think that a lot of people felt as though Memphis was at the right place at the right time. Not necessarily having a major big old strategy. Dropping 2 HOH competitions, that's one thing. But there are 9 other ones that we played, so you never know what happens in this game. You don't want to see someone kind of just be at the right place at the right time win either. So we felt, and I know I felt, in talking at the round table, that Dan, he maybe didn't come out so fast in the beginning, but it's a marathon and not a sprint. So that's exactly what he did. He was a marathon runner in the Big Brother game, and it worked out for him.
Do you think you were too smart for this game?
I have no idea if I'm. First of all, too smart for the Big Brother game? I'm not smart enough. I came into the house to begin with. So I would like to just say that, you have to put yourself out there, and, sometimes smarts is outwitted by sheer street sense, and maybe that was not my day.
Try not to make me laugh too much. Besides losing the money on you survived an earthquake and the screaming and the yelling and the...
You think you're surviving, and then you get evicted. So, yeah, you say you're surviving earthquakes and blah, 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 and the screaming and all the craziness. I enjoyed just taking it there. It was fun. I know people enjoyed watching it. So I hear it got a little quiet after I left. So, it is what it is in that respect. But you come in, you play hard, you do the best you can, and literally, unless you've been in this position, you will never know what it feels like.
Well, I thought your fight with Jerry was a YouTube sensation until your fight with Jesse, which to me was one of the best things in TV history. The screaming, the yelling, "I'm done with you, I'm done with you." With all due respect, I can't say this without even being mean to him. You're so intellectually off different paths. At one point, he kept saying on TV that he knew that you were deviant when he meant devious. And he said it 3 times. And the producers love showing this clip 3 times to show basically...
Right.
Yeah,
Well, honestly, Jesse knew what buttons to push with me, and I let him take me there. I definitely didn't want to be the crazy, angry, mad black woman on the TV, but apparently I probably was in a few situations. And, you know, you try to hold your composure and keep your wits about yourself, but at the end of the day, when people know what certain buttons to push, definitely they will go there.
Well, I know you're a Barack Obama supporter because of your bio.
Barack!
Can you believe it's tied?
You know what? People really need to understand the man has one good arm. We need two. Scratch that.
No, we got to use that. But you were in the House and kind of missing a lot of the political scene, but now,
you know, honestly, I'm definitely surprised. There are a lot of non-believers out there, people that don't want to see change, people that are scared of change. I'm a Texan and I'm a Democrat, and it's hard to say that in the same sentence for a lot of people. But you know, I come from Bush country, and it's very difficult where I live to have to stand on my own and say what I believe. However, it's going to be a hard race, but I know Barack's going to etch him out in the end.
I do believe that people in Texas will treat you a little differently when you go home. They're going to be scared of you.
I don't think I'll have problems when I go to Texas. Although I hope, and I really, really hope that people can just kind of respect boundaries when it comes to my kids. You know, I do have 2 infant babies, and you're walking around with them, and then all of a sudden, you know. So as long as that happens, and you know, you're going to have your naysayers, you're going to have people that are for you, against you, obviously. But at the same time, just you know, as long as I get that respect, I'll be fine.